Hey binge watchers, today we're diving into a countdown packed with hidden gems, underrated masterpieces, and some all-time greats that deserve way more love. Trust me, a few of these picks will surprise you, and maybe even become your next obsession. So grab your popcorn, because this list is going to keep you hooked till the very end. Number 15. The Runarounds, 2024. Kicking off our list is The Runarounds, a brand new drama that instantly caught my attention. This one comes from Jonas Pate, the creator of Outer Banks, so you already know it's going to have that same sun-soaked coming-of-age vibe. But here's the twist, it's all about music. The story follows a group of fresh high school grads in Wilmington, North Carolina, who spend one unforgettable summer chasing their dreams by starting a rock band. Along the way, they fall in love, get into trouble, and form bonds that feel more like family than friendship. What makes this show extra special is that the band on screen is actually a real band, the Runarounds themselves. Personally, I'm curious to see how well the musicians handle the acting side of things. Number 14. Wednesday, Season 2, Part 2, 2024. Next up, we've got Wednesday, Season 2, Part 2. If you watched Part 1 back in August, then you already know things got pretty wild. And now Part 2 is here to wrap up what's been an even bigger and darker season. Jenna Ortega is back, absolutely owning the role of Wednesday Addams, and this time the stakes feel higher than ever. This season digs deeper into the Addams family's history, uncovers chilling new mysteries at Nevermore, and leans harder into the psychological horror side of things. What I love about this season is how it balances everything. Spooky atmosphere, witty humor, genuine scares, and of course, the quirky Addams family charm. If you're into twisted teen drama with a supernatural bite, Wednesday Season 2 Part 2 is absolutely worth putting on your September watch list. Number 13. The Paper, 2024. At number 13, we've got The Paper, a brand new mockumentary comedy that's basically a love letter to The Office. And for good reason. It comes straight from Greg Daniels, the mastermind behind The Office and Parks and Recreation. This time, the documentary crew that once followed Dunder Mifflin is back, but now they're filming the chaotic world of the Toledo Truth Teller, a struggling local newspaper on its last legs. The publisher has fired all the professional journalists, leaving editor-in-chief Ned Sampson, played by Domhnall Gleeson, to wrangle a crew of clueless but enthusiastic volunteer reporters. What excites me about The Paper is that mix of cringe comedy, awkward humor, and surprising heart that Greg Daniels always nails. I'll be honest, living up to The Office is a nearly impossible task, so not everyone's going to be satisfied. Number 12. Task, 2024. Sliding into number 12, we have Task, a gritty limited series from Brad Inglesby, the Emmy-winning creator of Mare of Easttown. And if you loved the raw realism of that show, you're going to want to keep this one on your radar. The story takes us to the working-class suburbs of Philadelphia, where Mark Ruffalo plays Tom, a former priest turned damaged FBI agent. He's tasked with leading a special unit investigating a series of violent robberies. The main suspect? A sanitation worker and devoted family man whose desperate need to provide pushes him into crime. The cast is impressive too. Ruffalo, Tom Pelphrey, Amelia Jones, Jamie McShane. Plenty of talent to carry the emotional weight. From what I can tell, Task will be heavy, morally complex, and deeply emotional. If you want something tense, thought-provoking, and packed with strong performances, this one looks like it's going to deliver in a big way. Number 11. The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon Season 3, 2024. If you're a fan of The Walking Dead like me, this next one will feel like coming home. Well, sort of. Daryl Dixon is back for its third season, and this spin-off has been one of my personal favorites in the franchise. This time, Daryl, played by Norman Reedus, continues his unexpected journey across France after washing ashore there with no memory of how he even got there. Along the way, he's formed unlikely bonds, including one with a young boy who might just hold the key to humanity's survival. But for me, the real emotional pull here is seeing Daryl and Carol back together. Norman Reedus and Melissa McBride have lived these characters for over a decade, and their chemistry is just unmatched. If you're into gritty survival horror with emotional weight, plus the return of fan-favorite characters, Season 3 is definitely one you don't want to skip. Number 10. Only Murders in the Building Season 5, 2024. Coming in at number 10 is one of the most charming murder mystery comedies out there, Only Murders in the Building. Season 5 promises to be bigger, funnier, and even more star-studded than ever before. The story once again kicks off with a shocking death inside their iconic building, dragging Charles, Oliver, and Mabel, played by Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez, into yet another mystery. This time, the case leads them into New York City's elite world of billionaires, mobsters, and hidden secrets lurking behind the historic building's elegant facade. What I've always loved about this show is the trio's chemistry, the witty banter, the generational humor, and the way they genuinely care for each other. Number 9. The Girlfriend, 2024. At number 9, we've got The Girlfriend, a 6-episode psychological thriller that sounds like the perfect recipe for tension. The story follows Lara, played by Robin Wright, who seems to have the perfect life and a strong bond with her son Daniel. But when Daniel introduces his new girlfriend Cherry, played by Olivia Cooke, Lara's world starts to unravel. She becomes convinced that Cherry is manipulative and dangerous, even though everyone else, including Daniel, sees nothing wrong. What makes this even better is that all 6 episodes drop at once, so you can binge the entire mystery in one sitting. If you enjoy slow burn thrillers that steadily crank up the tension, The Girlfriend is going to be right up your alley. Number 8. Tempest, 2024. Next up at number 8, we've got Tempest, a South Korean miniseries that looks packed with espionage, action, and political intrigue. The story follows Seo Moon-ju, a brilliant diplomat who finds herself in the middle of a deadly conspiracy after an assassination attempt on a presidential candidate. To uncover the truth, she teams up with a former mercenary with a mysterious past, and together they navigate a dangerous web that stretches across both North and South Korea. As long as it avoids the predictable spy tropes, Tempest could easily turn into one of the standout thrillers of the year. Number 7. Gen V, Season 2, 2024. Sliding in at number 7 is Gen V Season 2, the outrageous spin-off of The Boys. If you know anything about this universe, you already know it's going to be violent, satirical, and absolutely wild. We're also getting crossovers with The Boys itself. Characters like Starlight, The Deep, and even Black Noir are set to appear. Personally, I love how this show mixes bloody action with sharp social commentary, skewering everything from corporatism to social media culture. If you're already invested in The Boys, this season is pretty much essential viewing. Expect chaos, satire, and plenty of jaw-dropping moments. Number 6. Black Rabbit, 2024. At number 6, we've got Black Rabbit, a crime thriller set against the gritty nightlife of New York City. The show follows 2 estranged brothers, Jake, played by Jude Law, who's built a successful VIP lounge after struggling with addiction, and Vince, played by Jason Bateman, a troubled gambler drowning in debt. When Vince suddenly reappears, he threatens to drag Jake back into danger, reopening old wounds and creating new threats that could destroy everything Jake has built. What excites me here is the powerhouse duo of Law and Bateman. Both of them could pick any project they want, and the fact that they chose this tells me there's something special about it. Plus, Bateman isn't just starring, he's also directing and executive producing, so I'm expecting some serious cinematic quality. Number 5. Haunted Hotel, 2024. For number 5, we're switching gears with Haunted Hotel, an adult animated series that looks like equal parts hilarious, weird, and creepy. The story follows Catherine, a single mom who inherits a haunted hotel called the Undervale, only to discover that her estranged brother Nathan is now one of the ghosts haunting the place. The voice cast is stacked with talent, like Eliza Coupe, Will Forte, Skylar Gisondo, and Jimmy Simpson. But the big selling point, it's from the minds behind Rick and Morty. That means you can expect witty writing, dark humor, and plenty of bizarre, over-the-top moments. If you enjoy twisted adult animation that blends laughs with heart, Haunted Hotel looks like the perfect binge. Number 4. Tulsa King, Season 3, 2024. Now, sliding into number 4, we've got Tulsa King, Season 3, 2024. Let me just say, Sylvester Stallone has been killing it in this role as Dwight, the General Manfredi. What makes this show fun is that it's not just another mobster drama. It's Stallone's first ever TV lead, and he brings this mix of tough guy charisma with a surprising bit of humor. Season 3 picks up right after the intense cliffhanger of Season 2, where Dwight's empire in Tulsa is growing, but so are his enemies. What really excites me is the announcement of Samuel L. Jackson joining this season as a former prison buddy of Dwight. That crossover is set to spin into its own show, Nola King, and honestly, I think it's brilliant. Number 3, Slow Horses, Season 5, 2024. At number 3, we've got one of my absolute favorite spy dramas out there, Slow Horses, Season 5, 2024. This series has quietly become one of the best espionage shows on TV, and a huge part of that is Gary Oldman's role as Jackson Lamb. He's crude, messy, sarcastic, but also brilliant. And honestly, it's hard to imagine anyone else pulling it off the way he does. Season 5 adapts Mick Herron's book, London Rules, and if the previous seasons are any indication, we're in for layered mysteries, sharp writing, and those gritty, realistic spy vibes that make it so different from flashy James Bond-style stuff. I love how this show weaves small, random events into massive citywide threats, keeping you hooked until the very last episode. If you're into grounded, intelligent spy stories with a dark sense of humor, Slow Horses should be an easy yes.
Number 2, Marvel Zombies, 2024. Coming in hot at number 2 is something totally different. Marvel Zombies, 2024. This is a 4-episode animated miniseries, and if you've seen that What If episode with the Zombie Avengers, you already know the kind of chaos we're about to get. The show throws us into an alternate Marvel universe where a zombie virus has infected Earth's mightiest heroes. And yes, expect some terrifying versions of Scarlet Witch, Thanos, and other fan favorites turned into bloodthirsty monsters. Personally, I think it's refreshing to see Marvel leaning into horror, and if you like your superhero stories twisted and brutal, this is a must-watch. Number 1, Alice in Borderland, Season 3, 2024. And finally, at number 1, we've got Alice in Borderland, Season 3, 2024. Honestly, I'm beyond excited for this one. The first 2 seasons blew me away with their insane mix of sci-fi, psychological horror, and survival thriller. Season 3 picks up with Arisu and Usagi finally back in what seems like the real world, until Usagi mysteriously disappears. That forces Arisu to dive back into the deadly Borderland games to save her. Bigger games, higher stakes, and even crazier twists. I have a feeling this season is going to top them all. If you love survival thrillers with brains and heart, Alice in Borderland should be at the very top of your watch list.
And that's a wrap on our list of the 15 must-watch shows and series dropping this September. From gritty crime dramas and twisted thrillers to zombie apocalypses and mind-bending survival games, this month is stacked with incredible content no matter what you're into. So tell me, out of all these, which one are you most excited to binge first? Drop your pick in the comments because I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for hanging out with me today. It's been a blast. I'll catch you in the next one, but until then, happy watching.